Welcome back to Local 5 Live. Did you know that if a neighbor or someone else starts using part of your property without permission continuously over a long period of time, they could eventually claim ownership of that land?
Well, it is possible. It sounds inconceivable. Attorney Blair Murphy-Pociask of Herrling is here to help us understand. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course, this is fascinating. So there's something called the Doctrine of Adverse Possession. What is that?
That's right. It's a doctrine of law that basically says that if someone who's not the true owner of a property has occupied or used another person's property for an extended period of time, they can eventually claim legal ownership of the property.
So how does this actually work? I mean, give us a scenario where this may come to fruition.
So there are specific elements. It has to be open, as in a landowner would sort of be on the know that someone is claiming a right to their property. It has to be continuous, meaning not sporadic or seasonal. And it has to be for a period of 20 years, and it also has to be without permission of the owner. So if the owner says, I don't mind if you come over 6 inches on my property, mow the lawn, whatever you need to do, that would not meet the elements of adverse possession. It has to be adverse.
Well, can you give us a real-life example of what that would be?
A very common example is putting up structures without first doing your due diligence and checking where the actual property lines are.
Sure.
Maybe you build a fence that's a foot over, or build a shed that's on someone else's property. If you leave it there without the owner's permission for a period of 20 years in Wisconsin, that can be the basis for an adverse possession claim.
So how do we protect ourselves, whether we're building the fence or we're the property owner?
Sure. Well, if you're the property owner, that's where you need to be sort of proactive. Either decide if it's something where you can give them permission if you don't mind if it's there, but you still want to have legal ownership of your property. Permission is a key element. If you don't want them there, the proactive step would be to either, contact one of us to get an injunction or maybe an action for trespass.
So it sounds so strange. Why do we even have a law like this?
It sounds totally strange, but the idea behind it is that it promotes use and taking care of property rather than just leaving things vacant. So if somebody's going to take care of it, it's better that they should be sort of rewarded to have the legal ownership of the property.
Talk us through working with your team. How do we get started?
Sure, you can. We have offices in Appleton, Green Bay, and Oshkosh. You can reach out to us at herlingclark.com or reach our phone line.
Blair, how do we know if it's time to call an attorney like you if we're dealing with something like this? Do you recommend trying to talk it out first?
Yeah, I mean, neighbor disputes are notoriously common.
Yeah.
But if you think this is happening to you, or you think it's about to happen to you, like I said, it's best to be proactive and reach out to an attorney.
Well, it's great that they do have offices all around our viewing area. And that includes Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, and Wapaka.
As Blair mentioned, you can head to herlingclark.com for more information. Thanks, Blair.
Thank you.